Hello, fellow music nuts. It's me, Cubby, with another personal spin, and today I'm ranking another band. I've spent quite a lot of money buying discography so I can do this. This is one of them. um, and that band is The Killers, a band I'm not horrendously familiar with, although I did have their first album for a long, long time, and I actually really like it, even though at the time of getting it I was more just like into punk, and if it wasn't punk or metal, it was crap. But that album quite struck a chord with me. I don't know why. So I've always liked them, and I have always liked them. So I thought I'd complete the discography and see what I've been missing all these years. And I have to say I was quite impressed, particularly with their later work. Um, they've kind of developed into this very cool sort of 80s band without all the 80s tropes that people seem to not like, which I don't really understand. So, on that note, let's begin, shall we? So, my least favourite album is Mirage. Is it called Mirage? Wonderful, Wonderful. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was called Mirage. Um, uh, why is it my least favourite? That's the question. I'll be honest, I can't really tell you. It's the one I've listened to the least. It's the least standouty, and it kind of feels like most of the songs are kind of not up to scratch compared to some of their other albums. They're either too like floaty or too yeah. Um, and I think I need to listen to it a bit more to be fair, so that the ranking could change if I did a new one in like a year's time. But it's just my least favorite. It's just not quite got the spark that some of the other albums have got. And then my next least favorite is Sam's Town. This is their second album. The main reason is because they clearly were trying to do something other than what their debut album was, which was more synthy, and this is just too similar to the first album in every way. Really, it's not quite a carbon copy of the debut, but they sound the same, and yeah, I would expect more from them to develop their sound and change, and they didn't really. They just went, let's hash out 12 more tracks and be done with it. So it's a little bit mediocre, but it's okay. Then we have Day and Age, which sees the band changing their sound. They start using synthesizers more, and it takes on a more sort of synth pop rather than a synthy, rocky, indie combination thing, and it makes the album quite interesting. I actually bought it for £2. Plus, I like that cover. It's kind of cool the way it's like hexagons or bubbles or something. They would ultimately go on to improve on this idea in the next sort of 3 albums. Well, 2 albums. But yeah, it's a good start to the change of their sound. Next, we have Battleborn, which was recorded in their studio, which is called Battleborn, as I understand. This sees them mixing all sorts of stuff, including like kind of a Bruce Springsteen thing in some of the tracks. They went very 80s at this point, and they've kind of stayed there, but in a tasteful way, not a sort of over the top way. But they also combine it with their rockier sound as well, and it's just really good. I don't know what it is about the album, but if I put an album on and I can remember at least half the songs first or second time round, I know it's a damn good album, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. I didn't remember everything because it's like 55 minutes long. It's quite long, but I remembered a good portion of the songs within 2 listens, and was like, yeah, genuinely enjoyed it the whole way through. So that's why it's third. First up, second up even, is Hot Fuzz. This has got some great tracks on it. It's kind of a classic album, even though I feel like they've actually released better since this. Um, excuse me. This has got glamorous indie rock and roll, which I love. Somebody Told Me, which everybody knows, Mr. Brightside, which everybody knows, and Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, which has got such a great bass line in it. It's also got a depressing song in it called Smile Like You Mean It. Excuse me. Let me just have a quick drink. Quite frankly, it's a classic, or a future classic, depending on how you want to put it. I remember a lot of people thought they were English when they first came out because they sounded like a lot of the English post-punk bands, or whatever they were called, indie rock bands. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but they came out in that period with like Franz Ferdinand and all those bands, and so everyone thought they were English, but they're actually from Nevada, Las Vegas, which is Nevada. Yep. It's a top album. I'd definitely recommend that, Battleborn, and this could quite possibly also be my top 20 album of top album of 2020, and that is The Killers' new album. This is called Imploding the Mirage. This is the Mirage album. It's so good. Blew me away, and I've listened to it so many times since I got it, and I only got it a couple of months ago, so that tells you how good it is. Just incredible. The lyrics, the melodies, the drums, the there's not too much guitar actually, because I believe he's left or something, but it's quite a lot more synthy than some of their other albums, but just, it's so well written, I love it. It's so good, and it's not too long either. It's only about 40 minutes long. I definitely recommend it. I actually genuinely believe and think, in my own personal opinion, this is the best Killers album that the Killers have made. I honestly didn't think that they could improve that much on their sound, and I only really bought it because it was cheap and because I wanted them all for the ranking, literally. And discovered they released this, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to get it because otherwise my ranking won't be complete. Bought it, got home, stuck it on, and just blew me away, man. I was like, wow, so good. Really, really enjoyed it. Genuinely really enjoyed it. So, yeah, top praises there. So there you go. There is my ranking for the Killers. Let me know what you think of the Killers and how you'd rank their albums if you know them all and stuff. Let me know what you think of my ranking. Constructive criticism on my videos, other than get a decent camera because I can't get one. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos. I've got more rankings coming up, more reviews coming up, and I will be continuing my 1001 albums project as soon as I've worked out how to properly do it. I kind of tripped over my own feet when I first started, and I was going to do a video every single day, and quickly realised that it would work, but I would have to find 600 albums of my own choosing to add to the book, and I felt that didn't do justice to the book, which is a good book. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.